Now I finished this character, this skin, and I want to show you how to make the preview, because I saw a lot of people making pictures and videos with the phone, moving the character like this. No, guys, don't do like that. The way to make the 360, before to make my 360, my preview, I used to make the preview with my baked files. So I used to delete, if you go in layout, in object mode, not in edit, because in edit you cannot delete, but in object, after that you save your file, object mode, and delete everything, minus, delete everything. So you pick a material, the normal material. If you don't have it here, you make a new one. We don't give a fuck about the name. And we can go in shading. So once that you are here, you can go where you have your files. Where are you, my file? You drop in it base color. This is one image, color, emission, and alpha all together. Emission and alpha. And I noticed something strange, that if I do alpha clip, you don't see the eyes, the red. You cannot see the red. But if you do alpha blend, you can see the eyes, the red. Strange, strange, strange. Now I have the emission 01, but if I put 10, yeah, it looks better. If I put 20, looks too much. So this is, I like 10. Yeah. So if you want to be fast, you go in layout, put your, if you don't have so much to show, one picture is enough. You can also, you don't want to lose the time, you can do also like this. You put your subject in the position that you want to show. You go in window and you press not save screenshot, but save screenshot editor. And when you press this, you have this strange small arrow, and wherever you click, if you click in this window, you have this, only this window. If you click here, you have only this. If you click here, you have only this. For example, now I'll show you. I click here in layout. No, this is outliner. Save screenshot. I don't know where I saved it. where I saved. Oh fuck. Always check where you save. In Blender saved files. No. And it make it. Yeah, again. Yeah, Blender saved files. I have to go. Wireframe. So yeah, this is good also when you are talking, when you are chatting on Discord, you want to show something. You do in this way, you have only the image that you want to show, only the window. You want to show this, show this. You want to make a picture only of the shader, you take a picture of the shader, talk, and you show only this. Or if you want to make it nicer, you want to show all the part, instead to take more pictures, you make the 360. If you go in camera, you see you have this. And when you make the animation, you must be always in UV. Be sure. You can change the size of your screen. So and for this, it's better a square. if you select the camera, you see, now select this object, and now select this object, the camera. If you select the camera, you have here other options. You can make stuff like background and things, but no. You can move it. This I want to show you. If you press G, you can move it. But if you press G and after Y, you move on Y. If you press again Y, you first time you are on the global axis. Second time you are on the local axis. So X the same, global, local. Z the same, global, local. Second times is zoom in, zoom out. It's like a line that goes toward where you're looking or backward. So yeah, G again, we put it in the middle, G, Z, Z, like this, like this. Okay, once that your image, your point of view is good with the camera, you select your object because you can select also the light. And you have other options for the light. You can put also 10,000 watts the light. It becomes super strong. And 10,000. It becomes like the light of the stadium. So yeah, you can do. You can move also the light. You can put the light closer. Yeah. Now you don't see because from here you see the effect of the light. But sometimes now we have the emission. You see. Now we have the emission as its particle. But when you have a normal texture, it's important where is the light. So now we don't need it so much because we have the emission. And we select the character and here output properties. We come back here and yeah, we fixed already the size of the camera, the screen. Here the frames per second. So if you want to make something more quality, but nah, 24 it's okay. Here how many frames? You remember that for each second you have 24 frames. So you have to multiply. How many seconds do you want? 10 seconds, 240 you have to make. Yeah, as default, there is 250. I leave it like this because in the end, if you divide 250 per 24, you have 10 seconds and half. So it's not a problem. To be fast, I don't even go here, click, change. No. Here in output, it's important to choose where the destination of your file, and I want my file in this new folder. Ah, yeah, I have already, because I was trying, I have already something in the air. New folder, yeah, we can delete all of this. Yes, this and this, delete. And now I want to show you that there are two ways to make it depends from your computer. Always also this. Put on 1, put on 0, because if you have it on 1, when you go back, it goes on 1. If you put on 0, it goes on 0. And when you start, you see, it goes on 1. And when you start and it finishes, it makes black when you have to on 1. Yeah, it makes black screen. But when you have on 0, when it finishes to round, when it finishes the clip, it remains it appears always the first frame, the 0 frame. But if you leave it on 1, you start from 1, you like first frame you have black screen, so it's better to put on 0. So we choose our, we refresh, Now this is empty. Where are we? Ah no, no, in tempo. In new folder. Accept. Okay. So PNG, it's okay. Only this you have to change. You have to put compositing. So we are going to generate 250 images of our animation. You go on render. Ah no, before, sorry, I was forgetting. Before you press this record, and there are options, but for now I'll leave like this. And you choose I, you press I, rotation, and you see you generate the K, the initial, the start. You put where you want to finish. You can finish also here and make something else till the end, but I want only 360. 250 till the end. We go back here and press R, Z, and I write 360 in, and enter. Now we can turn this off, because if you keep this on and you make some move, it is going to record also your move. So turn off when you finish, and this is the animation. Now if you want this, if you like this acceleration and slow down, it's okay like this. If you don't like it, you want always the same speed, right click here in the timeline and handle type vector. Now you see it starts and finish at the same speed, so it can continue, it can continue in loop at the same speed. So yeah, go back. Now that we have our animation, we can do render animation, and it starts, you see, to generate the frames. 250 images. Now if your computer it's a little bit not so powerful, it's not so good, yeah, it's going to take like sometimes also 5 minutes to do a stupid animation like this. If you have a powerful computer, yeah, like this, like 10 seconds in 30 seconds. Now it is generating these images. Now it's finished. When I write 250, it's okay, finished. Now we have our animation. And after, this is good because when your computer is not so powerful, you do in this way and you are sure that you can manage if the computer stops, freezes, something like that. So like this, after you have to change these options and also add the video editing, and go here, add image sequence, and you go in your new folder. You assure yourself that they are in the right order, because if they are not in the right order, you press A, select everything, and you do like this, sort. If they are sometimes it makes these images in random order or in a strange order, and when you put the image sequence, it takes that order. So if you don't have the right order, you press right button, sort by name, because the name is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is going to put them in order. So okay, add image stripe. Now once that we have this, be sure always to start from 0. We go to change just 3 options. I change here: PNG, FF, MPEG video. This. After encoding, you see when you have PNG, you don't have encoding here. But when you change to video, you have encoding. You have to change Matroska, is not good. impactful. And after, yeah, always depending from your machine, your computer. If you have a shitty computer, leave this to 64, but you put here medium, low, lossless. It's good for no powerful computer. And here also slow as I leave as default. Don't give a fuck. My computer it's a bomb. And post processing, you have to change from this to sequencer. Okay. Once that you've done all your these settings, I want also another destination. I want another location. This I want it in skin made here next to this. Accept. And now we render again. Render animation. And now it is going to be faster because it is only it is it is only taking your frames, your images, and building this sequence. So it takes really short time. Also, for me, 2 seconds to make 10 seconds. With the shitty computer, it can take 10, 15 seconds. So it's good. It's not so much. It takes longer to create the image sequence. But once that you have the image sequence, you see it's super fast. And if you go in your location, this new folder. If I go in my folder, skin made, you see everything organized. Laser collection, I have other collection inside. You see what else? Space tree collection, everything inside. Everything in order, guys. Otherwise your computer gets fucked up in nothing. So this is my animation. The other way that I use, it's without this, without I do directly. I go here and I do directly like this, without image sequence, because my computer it's a bomb and it takes 30 seconds to make to generate the images, and after use the images to generate the image sequence to generate the video all together. It takes 30 seconds to make 10 seconds of animation. In fact, look, if I do directly without use the image stripe, you see now I delete everything. I delete. If I do, but you have to change sequencer. Yeah, it's okay. You have to leave you have to put the option like in the second time. The only thing that changes is that you don't need to open the video editing to put the image sequence, blah blah blah. Directly, you do like this. Nah, every time you have to be sure about your options. Ah, it takes 10 seconds, 15 seconds. And that's it.